why did I come to speaking circles? I think I found it on Wikipedia. I was reading the public page about public speaking, and I think it's speaking circle was described as a gentle approach to public speaking, and it talked a lot about the philosophy of performance-oriented versus relational-oriented.
Wow. And tell me what you've learned about yourself in this process.
I think it might be the key thing is you can be comfortable with the silence while doing public speaking. Because always in my mind, if you want to speak in front of people, it is associating with filling the time as much as you can with words, basically. That's how I always imagine public speaking. So the idea that you can take your time to express yourself, be comfortable with the silence, I think is definitely the key learning, at least for me. What I learned is I can actually be comfortable in this space because I like to express myself, to speak, but I think I also enjoy taking my time as well, if that makes sense. I notice when I'm having conversation with people, I can go into the same mood of being comfortable with the silence, taking your time, and it teaches you how to be more present, I guess. And the moment you connect to that thing, I don't know, that state, let's call it the state one time, the more you can access it. And the more you do it, I think the more you can approach every social interaction from that kind of point. Mm-hmm. So I noticed actually in certain interactions, I kind of go into the same state, if that makes sense. I think it's really powerful, and I feel that people actually noticed it. They don't say anything, but you could feel it in their reaction, like they themselves slow down a little bit.
And you don't plan anything when you come to the circle?
Not at all. Not at all. Actually, that is part of the beauty of it, because like whenever I had to do like public speaking, especially for work, like I'm kind of worried. I'm like preparing for 2 hours. Like I need to know exactly how I'm gonna fill every minute of the speech. But right here, actually, the core practice, at least for me, is coming to the circle kind of empty-minded, if you will, and see what the present moment brings you, and can I flow in that moment or not? If I can't, it's okay. Something will come up if it needs to be expressed, if you will, yeah. I think it made me more optimistic about myself. I could be a better speaker than I am right now. I don't know. In my mind, there are like each person, at least in my view, have like different modes of being, you know? And sometimes like you get stuck in a certain way of doing things, and like you discover a new side of you, as in like more grounded, more centered. I am experiencing that kind of mode of being, if that makes sense. I can feel that. But also there is another aspect to it. The fact that other people are describing their inner experiences, like many people on the circle, talk about what is arising in them, how they approach it. It allowed me also to recognize like we share a lot between us. Why did I come here? I'm trying to imagine this work as an extension of other things I am doing right now. So I'm focusing on a lot of self-development, but coming from integration of the self, right?
Talk a little about integration of self and how this work supports that.
The foundation is like we have multiple parts to us, and basically the human goal in life should be, number one is integrating all these parts, develop them, and like make sure that they harmonize basically with each other. And for me, I always like felt like I have different parts to myself in a sense. I'm trying to understand them and integrate them together. Here's where the public speaking comes in, and it's a space where I'm trying to grow a certain part of myself, and I think it's necessary for most people actually to learn this, to be really comfortable while speaking, because I don't think you can truly grow as a human, fully at least, psychologically, unless you're able to be comfortable, to connect with yourself first, and number two, to express yourself